It would be hard to find someone who loves the kingdom and loves Freed-Hardeman more than Milton Sewell. And when it was time for his retirement from the president's role, one of the things that I learned about him was how humbly he could walk. Because when you're still around, but used to be the president, no longer in that role, it's tempting to always say, well, I wouldn't do it that way, or I think, you ought to think about this, or I never saw that or heard a report of that from Brother Milton. He had his turn, he did well, and he let someone else serve and serve their turn well.
I remember Milton, as a senior, I was going to drive you somewhere. I was going to go with you somewhere, and you said, Frank, when you drive, I have to work. So we get in the car, you take it out. And he always said, a good fundraiser never buys his own meal. And so, Milton, every time we ate, I bought your meal. Except the last time, and I joined the President's Council, this last time. But I was sitting there, and Milton said, oh, I've got this. And I thought, I'm in trouble now. So I ended up joining the President's Council. So I was at the lectureship just a little while ago. We're walking down the aisle of the auditorium, and Milton walks up and he said, Frank, I want you to know that most other President's Council members are doubling their gift.
The very first meeting that I went on with Milton, I don't even remember who it was, but they were making a commitment to Freed-Hardeman, and he turned and looked at me and said, hey, Dave, would you pull out one of those pledge cards? I didn't have a pledge card. I didn't know I was supposed to carry a pledge card. So from that moment on, I always had a pledge card. Yeah, I'll pick that up from you But I think mostly what I learned from Milton, more than anything else, is how to be generous. More than any other person I've been around. And I really appreciate that. He taught me how to be generous, not just with giving, but being generous with people.
It is normal to have guests during campus events. What is abnormal is that sometimes we didn't know Dad had invited them. And sometimes he was out of town when they came. Sometimes both Mom and Dad were out of town and they just told him where the key was to the house.
It's normal to strike up a conversation with someone in the line at a funeral reception or visitation. It is abnormal to have that conversation result in that person joining the President's Council. It happens.
It is normal to dial the wrong number. It's abnormal to get a donation from the person answering the phone.
It happens. Most people retire to travel or pursue a new interest or hobby. For Dad, that hobby is to continue doing what he loves to do, promote Christian education, and serve wherever he can.
We, his family, wish to thank the team of people who have worked tirelessly to plan his dinner while also secretly rescheduling the appointments he keeps making. Thank you all for coming to help us honor our dad.
Happy birthday, Dad. We love you, and you and all of your abnormalities.
I'm almost speechless tonight because I have absolutely been overwhelmed at what's happening here. I just had no idea. Mr. President, thank you for this. Chris ran somewhere. This is a scheme in the sky. He can do it. And it makes it look good and everybody just enjoys it. So thank you. Just all of you, come on, go home, spend the night with us. We have a rule in our place, only one family per bed. Thank you for these gifts, Chairman. Thank you so much. And thank you all for the great food tonight that has been prepared. Thank you very much. Love you all.
You know, anything that's good in our life is because God has first given it to us. And I just think about how generous God has been to you, because you have been so generous to everybody you meet. You give so much of yourself. And we love and appreciate you for that. And so I'd like to close by reading a passage of scripture that Paul said. And I think all of us can imagine ourselves saying this to Dr. Sewell. I thank my God in all of my remembrance of you, always, in every prayer of mine for you, all making my prayers with joy because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. It's a pleasure to walk through life with you. Thank you for all that you are.